Hello, and welcome back to Tuned In, a show where I review cartoons, no matter how new, no matter how old, no matter the cost. Well, it's October, and although this month has not been too fortuitous for me, it has been traditionally spooky. You know, like it is. Sorry about that. Anyway, and while I am recovering from pneumonia that was caused by having COVID, crazy, I came up with something that I could put on the channel and present to you guys to be festive for the month and also give nice content and yay content. And where's that light coming from? I mean, I know where that's coming from, but okay, where I gotta go. Oh, that's not gonna be good enough. Okay, I guess it's just gonna have a ray of light here. Whatever. Yeah, so I decided, completely my opinion, I was going to present to you my 10 favorite movies to watch for the Halloween season. Now, I'm not a huge horror fan, so it's going to be, mostly it's going to be spooky, but not traumatizing. I'm okay with horror movies, but it's not something I'm going to regularly watch. But anyway, no particular order, but I'm just going to work up this list I made and talk about each one as I go along. First one breaks the rule and also doesn't, because Mexico's Day of the Dead, Dios de los Muertos, is it's still kind of Halloween. It's the very next. It's like the two next days, but yeah, it's spooky and I think counts. So I'm going to go with Disney's Coco. I almost put Book of Life here. It's not the same movie, but it's like a very similar theming. But Coco just has that Disney backing that made it not only higher production values for money, but also you just have a bit larger wealth of talent that came through. It just wound up being a better movie overall, and I enjoy it. I love the songs. It's just fun. The Mexican culture, mythology stuff. I love mythology. I love cultures of all kinds. And it just... I enjoy Coco a lot. And that's why it's made this list. Again, this is my opinion, and I'm not ranking one over the other on this list. They're all really good. I try to watch them every year. These are movies I try to watch every year in order to celebrate Halloween all month long. And so Coco. Next one I've got here is the 2010s. Well, it is the, I think, 2019 CGI Addams Family. Fairly recent. It's like 2019 or 2000. Pretty sure it was 2019. But anyway, the Addams Family. Now this was a lot truer to the Charles Addams comics, for better or worse. I know there were a lot of people who didn't like this incarnation of the Addams Family. I actually did. They're not as good as what they did in the 90s. I'll get to those. But this was alright. I actually kind of like the second one that recently came out too, but I don't have it on video, so I can't add this to the list. But the Addams Family, it was fine. It did it followed the formula that a lot of old Addams Family had, where there's someone trying to take advantage of them. In this case, it was just trying to get rid of them. But, you know, it didn't work out. And, I really did enjoy this movie. It wasn't for everybody. It's a softer tone, and if you were used to the 90s Addams Family movies, it may not have been as macabre enough for you. Might not have been as, well, I don't want to say evil, but yeah. It's a little too silly for you, and that probably rubbed you the wrong way. Otherwise, I thought it was really good. Moving on, though, to the number 8 spot. Again, this really doesn't matter. Casper. Just the CGI live action hybrid movie from the 90s. Yeah. Casper. This mostly makes my list because Mom loves it. We play it every year. She loves the movie. I have no problem with the movie. It's fine. But it just, I almost, even though we only see it once a year, I almost see it too much. But not really, because I'm not actually that irritated. It's not one I'd go out of my way to see, though. I love the characters, Casper, the ghostly trio, the Dr. Harvey, Kerrigan even. I do love the movie. It's a fun little family, surprisingly family, a film based off of the classic Harvey cartoons character. And, yeah, there's really not much more I can say about it. Next up, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. I like Corpse Bride. His return to form for the stop motion kind of film, and it's a fun macabre adventure in Victorian England. You can't go wrong with that. Johnny Depp. I do like me some Johnny Depp, and that's fun. Again, some fun songs there that are catchy, and I love hearing them. A little more on the topic of motion capture. The Leica Studios Paranorman is next on the list. Paranorman's fun. It's got a lot of silliness to it, and it tries to teach a lesson, or it tries to have that surprise twist, but I keep going back to it. It's still a fun movie, even though I know everything. And I always try to look for something that I might have missed. I have not succeeded the last couple times, so I think I might have almost everything down. But still, it's a fun thing. Leica Studios had a moment where they could do no wrong, I think. But, anyway. Moving on. Disney's Hocus Pocus was a bit of a surprise to me, but a little silly, fun family romp with the Sanderson sisters as entertaining villains who, though lost in the past, do still kind of get some of the stuff that they discover in the new centuries. And beat the clock, beat this curse. And, yeah, it's Wonderful musical number. You know the one I mean. And I even like some of the sub stuff, like the Garden of Shadows song. I like that one too. And it's good fun. It's like both humor and mild thrills. What do you expect from a family film? Going back to Laika, I want to talk about Coraline. Coraline, I think Laika Studios kept making progressively worse films, but because Coraline is probably the best one they've made. Paranorman, it was good, but like slightly lower. I hated box trolls. Personally, I hated box trolls. However, Missing Link wasn't bad. So they stepped back up, but I haven't heard anything from Laika anymore. I don't know if they're out of business or what. But Coraline was fantastic. Had a musical number, a very short one, from Other Father, who, in the case of the song, was voiced by John Linnell from my favorite band, They Might Be Giants. So that was actually a nice touch there. But I said I was going to get back to him, and so here we are. The number 3 and number 2 spot, again, doesn't really matter that much, was the 90s Addams Family and Addams Family Values. These are still funny. I know the lines by heart. I know all of this, but it's still hilarious to me, and I don't know why. They push the envelope just enough and then stop. For it to still be incredibly dark, but not horrifying. And it fits what the Addams Family should be. Where they are not necessarily evil. And they think everybody else is weird. And if anything, it's like you're part of the family. It doesn't matter how strange and depraved you are an Addams, you are accepted. That's how the Addams Family should be written. And it's always a blast to watch those two movies. I struggle to decide which one I like better. And that's good. That's good. Unfortunately, Raul Julia's no longer with us. I would have loved to see more live-action Addams Families, but that didn't happen. And, oh well. C'est la vie. Probably best to have bowed out before they ran out of ideas. And at my number 1 spot, the movie I watch on Halloween Day every single year. And that is The Nightmare Before Christmas. You talk about a movie I know by heart and adore, as evidence from my cover of the Boogie song earlier this month. I absolutely love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I think the year before I covered This Is Halloween. I can't remember, but I think so. And, what's there to say about it? It is a classic. A great level in the Kingdom Hearts games. And, just gets you in the mood. It's a nice transition. Gets you in the mood for Halloween, but also weirdly gets you in the mood for Christmas. And that's really why I listen to it on Halloween Day, because it is a transition for me. It's a good way to go from Halloween to Christmas. And that's my opinion for my favorite Halloween movies. And if you want to tell me yours, go ahead in the comments below. And hope you enjoyed indulging with me. And until next time, this was Josh the Fox Mills asking you to stay tuned.